Excuse me, everyone. If you are able, could you please be upstanding for the college procession?
Please be seated. Esteemed colleagues, distinguished guests, diplomats, friends, and families, a very warm welcome to the Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons of Glasgow. Today is a day of celebration, and I'm delighted to welcome you all here this evening. We'll start by handing over to my friend and colleague, the College Registrar, Abby Rainey, to start the ceremony. Abby.
Thank you, President. Good evening, everybody. Could you please stand? So this is the oath for the college. Do you solemnly and sincerely declare that you will be faithful fellows and members of this college, obey all laws, regulations, and bylaws made and to be made by the college, and will do nothing which in the opinion of the college is prejudicial to the interest of or derogatory to the honor of the college or of your profession? Thank you. Please be seated. Could I now invite the President to offer the, is it the Honorary Fellowship and the President's Medal?
Yeah. Thank you very much, Abby, and it gives me a great pleasure and a sincere, heartfelt congratulations to one of our absolutely eminent and distinguished honorary fellows to be soon, and I will leave all his achievement, which will need much more than this event, because it would take a lot of time to see and mention his achievement. But we have Professor David Richens, consultant transplant surgeon who actually established transplant surgery, heart transplant surgery in the city, and the person who will give his citation is no one less than Mike McCurdy, who is a breast surgeon and immediate past president of this college, to give his citation. So can I invite you, Mike, if you could kindly give the citation, and David, if you could upstanding beside me.
Mr. President, members of council, ladies and gentlemen, diplomats, It's my great pleasure, Mr. President, to recommend Professor David Richards for Honorary Fellowship of the Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons of Glasgow. Professor Richards is a world-leading cardiac surgeon who, as the President just mentioned, was involved and performed Scotland's first heart transplant while he was a senior lecturer in cardiac surgery at Glasgow Royal Infirmary in 1992. Professor Richards graduated from King's College in London in 1981, and after surgical training in England, moved, because of the development of transplantation and the need there was going to be for new transplant units to be set up around the country, he went to Sydney, Australia, to complete his training there. He was an industrious trainee, and that marked him out in what is perhaps surgery's most competitive specialty. Indeed, he was involved in more heart transplants in 1 week as a trainee than any trainee had ever been before or had been since. After his time here in Glasgow, Professor Richards moved to Nottingham, where he became Chair of Cardiac Surgery and Director of Surgery in due course. There, in other innovations, he introduced endoscopic valve replacement in the UK and established a mitral valve repair programme. Of service, Mr. President, to our college and to our sister colleges of surgery in Ireland, Edinburgh and England, Professor Richards was chair of the Joint Committee on Intercollegiate Examinations between 2014 and 2017. Now, some of you sitting in these rows here about to come forward and receive your diplomas in surgery will be slightly in awe of somebody who was in charge not just of cardiac surgery but in all 10 surgical specialties. And during his time as chair of the Joint Committee, he developed and revised the training programs and assessment in all of the 10 specialties. He also was able to introduce new policies on diversity and equality in assessment. That was the time when I first came across Professor Richards, as he was working for all of the colleges together, and I was the vice president of this college. But he was a very loyal fellow of this college. Indeed, he received his fellowship, Mr. President, almost exactly 40 years ago in this very room on the 5th of March 1986. His wife, Kim, who's here in the front row with us this evening, was expecting their first child at that time. They now have 3 grandchildren, I believe, Kim. After he completed his term of office there and served on this college's council, he moved on to work for GIRFT, Getting It Right First Time, and many of you will know that that programme in the NHS in England is one that we in Scotland can only envy. A clinically led programme by Professor Tim Briggs, the Professor of Orthopaedics at the Royal National Orthopaedic Hospital, going round units and finding out from clinicians how can they develop better services, how can they be more responsive to patients' needs and get the work done in the most efficient way and the best way. And that whole programme, Getting It Right First Time, needs leaders to step forward in each of the clinical specialties. And indeed, Professor Richards did that, personally visited all 31 cardiothoracic surgery units in England and made a series of recommendations which did lead to significant improvements in patient care and shorter waiting times in cardiac surgery. Perhaps, Mr. President, Professor Richards' greatest gift to our college has been our connection to a sister college of surgery in the other side of the world, the College of Surgeons of Sri Lanka. We have a very close relationship with our Sri Lankan colleagues, and that is undoubtedly all down to the work of Professor David Richards over many years in Sri Lanka. He visited Sri Lanka as an elective student from King's College in the early 1980s. And while there, he was wandering down a road in Colombo wearing the rugby shirt of his local rugby club in South London. And a man coming the other way recognised his rugby shirt and said, "Who are you? What are you doing here?" And Professor Richards was not having a great time as an elective student in Colombo. He was working on a ward where they weren't really welcoming him in the way that they might have done. This young man said, "Let's go and get your things, pack up, and you come home with me." They're lifelong friends, of course, to this day. But in that lesson, The Sri Lankan surgeon-to-be recognised this young person as a stranger and put into place the Buddhist concept of kindness to strangers and took him into his own home. That lifelong friendship is what led to us having a sustained friendship with the College of Surgeons of Sri Lanka, which is to great benefit to our college and also to our surgical colleagues in Sri Lanka. I can tell you the emotion in the room when he got his honorary fellowship from the College of Surgeons of Sri Lanka makes us all look very staid indeed. They were delighted that evening to welcome you into their college as an honorary fellow. Mr. President, it is my great pleasure to invite you to confer the honorary fellowship of our college, the Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons of Glasgow, on Professor David Richards.
Thank you.
Professor Richards, my friend David, on the power vested in me by the council of this great organization, the Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons, it gives me a great pride after this wonderful citation to confer upon you the highest honor of this college, the honorary fellowship of the Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, David. Thank you.
Thank you very much, David and Mike, for a wonderful citation and a really historical background which was enlightening to all of us. Kim Richards, congratulations. It is an honor and also a award for you too. You know, it wouldn't have been without you that David has achieved this. So to this, congratulations and very much thank you. And it's my pleasure and my honor is to introduce Raj Madhuk, who is a renowned doctor and a rheumatologist at our home in the east end of the city, Glasgow Royal Infirmary. I'm going to say just one word, and Richard Hull will do that. Raj Madhuk fame was that I was an international medical graduate in 1984, and I was applying for the GMC for registration. And Raj was kind enough to share with me his CV to see what a renowned young cardiologist could do to appeal to our regulatory authority. After 42 years, Raj, I'm grateful. Thank you. And Richard, can I ask you to kindly come and just give your citation?
Thank you, Mr. President. It's a real pleasure to deliver this citation for the President's Medal for my colleague and friend, Rajan Madhuk. I've known him for over 40 years. He's a fellow rheumatologist and a physician. Dr. Madhuk is a distinguished son of Glasgow, graduating in medicine here, and is a consultant physician and rheumatologist at Glasgow Royal Infirmary. His career has been marked by a sustained excellence in clinical practice, leadership in medicine, and dedicated service to the wider community in the west of Scotland and beyond. And it is for this reason that I believe he should be awarded the President's Medal. Over many years in NHS Scotland, firstly at Gart Naval General Hospital, but principally at Glasgow Royal Infirmary within NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde, Dr. Madhuk has delivered outstanding care for his patients with inflammatory and autoimmune rheumatic diseases. He's recognised not only for his clinical expertise and sound judgment, but also for a consistent commitment to clear communication, compassion, and patient-centred values. Early in his career, Dr. Maddock undertook research work in haemophilia, being among the first to demonstrate HIV infection in haemophiliac men in the west of Scotland. He extended this work to characterise the nature of immunodeficiency in non-HIV infected haemophilia, contributing important insights into immune dysfunction at a critical period in modern clinical medicine. Dr. Maddock has served the Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons of Glasgow with distinction, firstly as an examiner, secondly a council member, and thirdly as treasurer for 2 consecutive terms, supporting high standards and also supporting high standards in postgraduate education, professional governance and stewardship of our historic medical institution. He has also contributed to higher education and public service as a trustee of Glasgow Caledonian University. In recognition of his services to medicine and public life, Dr. Maddock was appointed by Her late Majesty an Officer of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire in 2017. The citation reads, "For services to renal research and tackling health inequalities in Scotland." He also received the Lord Provost's Award for his contribution to medicine and communication in 2014 and has served as Deputy Lieutenant of the City of Glasgow. Together with his late wife Rita, he established the Darlinda's Charity for Renal Research, through which over 1.2 million was donated to advance kidney research in Glasgow. Mr. President, Dr. Maddock's work exemplifies professionalism, integrity, and enduring public benefit, and richly deserves the President's Medal. Thank you.
Congratulations, well earned and deserved for all your humanitarian in addition to medical work and strategic planning for healthcare. Thank you, Raj.
Thank you, President. Shall we now commence with the diploma ceremony itself? Could I invite Eric Livingston, Vice President Medical, to present the diplomas to all new medical fellows and members as follows. Starting with the Fellowship Physician, FRCP Glasgow, Salahuddin Muhammad Ali Haidar. Prasuna Shasi. Moving on to MRCP Glasgow, Sunday Afolayan. Yasmin Akhtar. Christopher Graham. Abimbola Sadiq Hussain. Chamidi Sanka Gamage Donna. Tara Wilson. Sadiq Ayurji Yaya. Moving on to MRCP UK, Vijay Lakshmi. Janetta Chinime. Rebecca Kenny. Chloe Mackle. Waleed Muhammad. Tajuddin Musbah. Rosie Otam. Kelechi Okiegu. Jacinta Ratnayake. Marwa Riyad Ibrahim El Mohammadi. Taimur Salman. Shahana Shamim. Thank you, Eric. May I invite Mr. John Camilleri Brennan, Vice President Surgical, to present the diplomas to all surgical fellows and members, starting with the Intercollegiate Specialty Fellow in General Surgery, Abdul Wahid Anwar. Nazia Ishaq. Awais Naeem. Moving on to the Intercollegiate Specialty Fellow in Otolaryngology. No, it's the Intercollegiate Specialty Fellow in FRCS Glasgow, Mohammed Hassan Abbas Abdallah. We now have MRCS Glasgow, Abed Al-Fatah Mahmoud Al-Sur. Katie Glenn. Efedai Goodluck. Raghav Nair. Thank you, John. Could I invite Ms. Vicky Gregg, Vice President Dental, to present the diplomas to dental fellows and members, starting with the Intercollegiate Specialty Fellow in Pediatric Dentistry, Claire Margaret Dick Hutchinson. Sarah Simpson. Moving on to the Fellow of the Faculty of Dental Surgery, Irfan Saloon. Moving on to the membership of the Faculty of Dental Surgery, Natasha Rifat Khan. And the Dental Elective Award is presented to Sophie Craig. Thank you, Vicky. That concludes the admission ceremony, Mr. President. Could I invite you to give the address to the new fellows and members? Thank you.
This is truly a happy day and a day for recognizing achievement, celebrating all your hard work. Before I start, for those people who are celebrating Ramadan, Ramadan Mubarak to you all. And importantly, there's one announcement that I would like to do before I start my address speech to you. The word unwavering commitment will not be mentioned. Unwavering is a very favorite ChatGPT word, and I'm not going to use it. So today, as I said, is celebration. It's a day which marks the culmination of years of distinction, perseverance, and sacrifices. To each of you, I extend heartfelt congratulations. Your achievement is not done alone. Your achievement is that of success that's shared with your families, your mentors, your friends, your partners, and all of those who stood beside you in your journey to come here today. During these long nights, daunting clinical rotation, and the moments of doubts leading to your triumph today, there were people who were beside you and behind you. The support has been quite strength behind your success, and today, those who stood beside you also should be recognized and should be thanked. For that reason, I'm asking you, Diplomat, to stand up, turn around, and show your appreciation and gratitude for those people with a round of applause. So if you stand up, turn around, and show them your appreciation with a round of applause. So in the next few minutes, I would like to share with you a few thoughts and reflections before you start your journey in the medical profession. Number one is the value of the college and the medical profession. the value of this college, the Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons of Glasgow. As you join the ranks of this college, you earned not only your title, but you also inherited deep, deep tradition. Our college stands upon values and principles that you have guided generation: integrity, compassion, excellence, and service. It doesn't matter where you were born. It doesn't matter what color you have. It doesn't matter what faith you follow. It is the same principle: integrity, compassion, excellence, and sincere service. Medicine is not merely a science, it's a love, it's a vocation rooted in humanity. The privilege of caring for patients carries with it responsibility, a huge responsibility, a responsibility to uphold the highest standard of professionalism. We are custodians of trust, and the trust is earned through honesty, respect, and unreserved commitment to the welfare for those people we care for. Let me emphasize the pillar of our profession. The pillar of our profession is communication with empathy and kindness. At the heart of our profession lies communication. It is not enough to diagnose, and it's not enough to put a management strategy. We must listen, we must understand, and more importantly, we must connect. We must connect. Empathy and kindness are not optional extras. They are essential and essence tools of healing. A patient may forget the exact words you passed on to him. And listen to this, this is really important. A patient may forget the exact words or even the diagnosis that you mentioned to him, but they will never, ever forget how you made them feel when they're leaving your clinic or after your ward rounds. This is a responsibility. In moments of vulnerability, our compassion can be powerful as any treatment. A personal touch, a kind gesture, can be not only reassuring, but deeply comforting at a time of despair, not just to the patient, but to the family whom you are dealing with. Let us remember that medicine is practiced not on charts or scans, but on human beings who have fears, anxiety, stories, and hope. A fundamental aspect of our current contemporary practice is team working. No physician or surgeon works alone. Modern healthcare is a symphony of disciplines: nurses, therapists, pharmacists, technicians, administrators, all plays a very vital role in the patient journey. True excellence emerges when we work together, respecting each other, contributing, and fostering collaboration. Teamwork is not only efficient, it is a human importance. It reminds us that we are part of something much larger than ourselves. We are a community united by common purpose. The purpose is care for our patients and advancement of healthcare. A serious threat that I must alert you to, which is the risk of burnout and the importance of well-being of yourselves. As clinicians, we must acknowledge the growing challenges that faces on a daily basis. The demands of our profession are immense, and the risk of burnout is real. Too often we give everything to our patients and their family and leave little to ourselves. But a depleted physician cannot provide the best care. Well-being is not indulgence, it is a necessity. We must look after one another just as we look after our patients. Support, mentorship, kindness within our profession, community are vital. Let us create a culture where identifying early signs of burnout and asking for help for yourself or your colleagues is a sign of strength, not weakness. Look at that absolutely important motto in our crest. It says, Conjurat amici, together in friendship. I'm not trying to say in Latin, but it's not only about living, but living in good health. And that is where we should be there for each other, Conjurat amici. A vital principle you need to always ensure is lifelong learning and continuing medical education. Graduation is not the end of learning. It is the beginning of lifelong journey. Medicine evolves, and medicine evolves very rapidly with new discoveries, new technologies, and new challenges. And let me share with you this. When I was a student, beta blocker was contraindication in heart failure. Today, it is a first line of treatment for heart failure. That is how fast and how amazingly evolving, thanks to research, medical profession and medical services. To remain competent is to remain curious. Continuing medical education is not a requirement imposed by our college. It is a commitment to our patients and to ourselves. Embrace it with enthusiasm, for it keeps our practice vibrant and our minds sharp. I need to ask you to remember one crucial role is being part of a college community. College community is very important. It's not about practicing solo. It's not about one individual. You need to belong to a community. As a diplomat, you are now part of a community that passes continuous medical education and will pass on from continents to continents and from generation to generation. The college is more than an institution. It is a family of professionals. We are a family of your professional. And today I would like to welcome you all as member of this family of professionals. Professionals bound by shared ideas, values, and principles. Engage with it, contribute to it, draw strengths from it. Whether through teaching, research, advocacy, or quality service, your involvement is essential and enriched not only the college, but the profession as a whole. Together, we can shape the future of healthcare. A key point at the end of my speech is very close to my heart, which is the joy of working in the NHS. Let me speak of joy. For many of us, the NHS has been more than workplace, it has been a calling. To serve in a system founded on equality, diversity, and compassion is a privilege, and you have to feel it. Yes, the NHS faces challenges. Yes, the NHS has immense pressures and great expectation. But amidst the difficulties, there is a joy. The joy of team working, the joy in patient care and satisfaction of the outcome, and the joy of making the difference. Not a lot of professions have this privilege. We must reclaim the joy. It is not a naive optimism, it is the energy that sustains us all. Let us bring back the laughter. Let us bring back the happiness within the corridors, the pride of our service, and the sense of purpose that first drew us all to this profession. Diplomats, ladies and gentlemen, I would close and say, today you step into a noble profession with fresh energy and optimism. Carry with you the values and the principle of this college. Belong to the community of this college. The spirit of empathy, the strengths of teamwork, and the wisdom of lifelong learning. Guard your well-being and the well-being of your friends and colleagues. Nourish your colleagues and never lose sight of the joy that makes medicine not only a duty, but a privilege. The future of healthcare is in your hand. This is a huge responsibility, and I mean it. It is in your hands. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, may your journey be as fulfilling as you would like it to be, as it has been for many of those around you in this world and those in the front line. Service impactful should be your priority, and I may wish you that your joy in your life in the NHS remain abundant. With these few thoughts, I will ask you to join us at an informal drink down in the college hall when we connect and we start our community. Thank you.